Welcome to UCSD Shuttle's ongoing instructor development. This is the first video of what we hope will become a continuous online enrichment program for trainers to better understand the context, organization, and skills needed for the training they conduct. In today's video, we will be primarily focusing on these 5 key issues: effective use of the training progress reports, overview of the TSI standards and the derivation of training curriculum, especially curriculum used in basic operational training, reiteration of professional standards of conduct and behavior as a trainer and as a leader at UCSD Shuttles, and lastly, the new use of evaluation forms and quizzes to evaluate the training program and the quality of training. Okay, so one of the issues that has been continually brought up has been the issue of the training progress records. And this is a safety tool and a communication tool, both a communication tool between you and the trainee and from trainer to trainer. What this progress report is to be used for is to be an objective evaluation of the trainee's progress as they progress through training. So what that means is that as a route trainer, when you fill out this progress report, the 1 to 5, you will indicate in your objective opinion whether or not they are a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, or a 5. Do not just put a 5 because you feel bad that if you were to give them a lower score. What we're looking for is a progression. So when they first come out of training, you would expect them to have 1s and 2s because they're brand new. They don't know everything that there is to know about driving, so of course they would have a 1. At the end of training, we're looking for them to have a 5. The reason that we want you to be objective is because we can look at, well, at the start of training they had a 1, at the end of training they had a 5, so they progressed like we expected them to. But if we see that they objectively, people were giving them 1s and 2s all the way down, then we know that this is someone we need to train more, and we need to address certain driving issues with them. But if you only give them 4s and 5s just because you feel bad about giving them a bad score, we're not going to have that communication. Both between you and the supervisors and between trainers, we're not going to know if there's certain issues that need to be addressed. So, how do you know what kind of score to give? You're going to look at this sheet right here. This is a route training standards for new drivers. What it does is it gives you a 1 to 5, an explanation of what a 1 means in customer service, what a 1 means in operations. And if you read through this document, which all trainers should have, but if you don't, I'll show you where you can give more. You're going to look at these, and that way there's a standard, uniform, objective way to rate people. Because what I think of as a 5, personally, may be different than what someone else thinks as what a 5 would be. But if we all use this rubric of what a 5 means and what a 1 means, and everything in between, we can then objectively fill out this card. Okay, another issue that we have is the comment section. People are not filling out the comment sections. Either they're not filling them out completely, they're not filling them out at all, or they're writing information that is not useful or not writing as much information as they could. You don't want to just write good job here. This space here is to be used as a communication tool, both to communicate to the trainee what issues they need to improve on, what are skills that they are strengthening and they should continue to good habits they should continue. But this is also a way of telling other trainers, again, communicating to other trainers, hey, this is a trainee that needs to, you need to focus with them about how to deal with customers, or you need to focus with this trainee about how to use the brake retarders. And be specific, This is someone who does not check stop signs, does not look in both directions when coming up to a 4-way stop. Don't just say, it needs to use your peripheral vision. Be specific. What is it that needs to get addressed so that other trainers can know to come back to it? We have some examples here. I won't show you any names, but you can see on these trainees, they've got 4s and 5s all the way down. And on the comment section, you can see that there's multiple places where there's no comments at all. And this doesn't do anybody any good because, when they trained on, on some of these routes, there was obviously something that they probably could have improved on, and it wasn't communicated. So as a rule of thumb, we want you to communicate something they're doing right in this section right here when you write stuff down, something that they're doing well. So say you are doing a good job of using your mirrors. So it reinforces positive behavior and it also encourages them to continue training. But at the same time, we want you to write in very detailed form what needs to be improved so that other trainers can look at that and see what they need to address as this training progresses through through their program. So getting back to, again, what I was saying before, make sure you communicate comments, what needs to be improved, what they're doing well, objectively right, 1 to 5. Don't give them a 5 just because you feel bad about giving them a bad score. They're adults, you're a trainer, your job is to be a trainer, your job is not to make them feel good. I'm not saying make them feel bad, but I'm saying you need to be objective. And you know what? If you feel guilty giving them a 1 because you're afraid you're going to hurt their feelings, what you can do is you can pull out this 1 to 5 standard sheet and say, look, you're a new hire, you shouldn't be expected to get a 1, get a 5 right out of the bat. And explain to them what does a 1 mean, what does a 5 mean, so that they have a way of quantifying exactly what it is you're telling them. So that it's not just you personally saying, oh, you're a bad driver. You can quantify it with evidence and say, you know, you're a new driver, this is what I'm saying. And again, by the end they should be getting 4s, but we should not be seeing so much 4s and 5s down the column just because people feel bad about giving bad scores. Again, be objective, be fair, communicate. That's the key thing, communicate.